Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. It's ghost hunting time. I'm very excited. This is one of my favorite parts of this game. I think I skipped a dialogue box by accident as I was ending off the last episode, so we're missing the bit of narration describing the library in the setting sun, but maybe Kanika is right. Maybe ghosts aren't real, and the rest of tonight is going to be a pleasant break from the events of the past few days. You can't help but feel like you're about to walk into a slasher movie. You run through a mental list of everyone who's joining you, trying to figure out if you make it to the end. Jeez. Who are you kidding? If anyone has final girl energy, it's Stella or Kanika. Not me. Just as its exterior was intimidating in the setting sun, the inside of the library is dark, its shadows deep and foreboding. The meet and greet with the mayor ended quite some time ago, and the throngs of visitors took whatever joy was in this place with them as they left. Hey Oscar, are you back yet? Shh, you can't yell in a library, it's against the rules. It's after hours, rules only apply before 5 p.m. Now it's our domain. Hey, you're just in time. Rosaline is situated in the back room. Alexis is going to keep her company while we hopefully get this all sorted out. I'd love for her to be able to sleep in her own bed tonight. How is she doing? She's not quite as chipper as she was when she was on stronger meds, but she's still doing surprisingly well. Alexis has been by her side nonstop. She's been a really good friend. Rosalina and I are both lucky to have her right now. I'm glad she's back home at least, and we'll be able to get her back into her real home in no time. I've come fully loaded. Got my EMF reader, temperature gauge, spirit box, infrared camera, UV light, video cameras, salt, flashlights for everybody in case the ghost messes with the electricity, parabolic microphone, Sharpies and paper for automatic writing, matches and candles for rituals. Oh, and a Ouija board. I know they're toys, but you never know what might come in handy. Wow, this is a lot of ghost hunting stuff for something that was so last minute. Do you just have this stuff ready to go in a bug-out bag or something? Of course I do. I actually stashed a couple of bags here overnight after I got back from the mines. Excuse me? I wasn't about to carry everything around all day. This way we can go in light and pop out to grab more stuff once things start to get spooky. I may never have found any compelling evidence of ghosts, but that's not for lack of trying. And after last night, I'm more than ready to try again. Hey. I hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Hi Avery, I'm glad you're here. Even though Willow probably wouldn't have realistically invited you, I'm glad you're here. And she's glad you're here too. Avery, glad you can make it. The more pairs of hands we have, the more equipment we can carry. Sure thing. Always happy to offer a hand or two. Please tell me you aren't taking this as seriously as everybody else. I need someone else to be rational with. Whoa, is that an EMF reader? I've never seen one in person. Look at all this stuff. Spirit box, parabolic microphone. Y'all really covered all your bases. Oh no. Hey, I'm as rational as they come. I'm just not ready to rule out weird paranormal stuff. When people tell me they saw a ghost, who am I to say they didn't? I mean, y'all apparently saw some really unexplainable stuff on Monday, and that mine only collapsing again after 100 years while y'all were there? I'm just saying, anything seems possible right now. There could always be a non-supernatural explanation, like aliens. This whole town is one big supernatural death trap. Last night was weird, I don't know what we saw. Same here. It was so dark and cramped in there, I can't be sure anything I heard and saw or wasn't just part of a long drawn-out panic attack. Good thing I got audio of the knocking, real proof that we had a paranormal encounter. Or proof that the rocks were shifting around us preceding a cave-in. One of these things is just slightly more likely than the other. Honestly, I'm a lot more spooked by the ditchlings I saw on my way home last night. Oh my god, Neeks, you're actually starting to come around, aren't you? No, I mean, maybe. I get easily spooked, okay? I like to imagine that Willow is having an effect on her. That Willow and her being a little bit more credulous, that's a word I would use, because of her whole being able to talk to animals thing. Willow believes stuff a little more easily, and even though she holds that in a little bit for fear of being ridiculed, I feel like she's starting to rub off on Kanika. That's just my imagination talking, though, of course, and what I want. But that's what's so great about this stuff. It's fun to be terrified, you know? Yo, don't rush off ghost busting without Zane. No way was I gonna forget your promise, Stella. Zane, glad you could make it. I was confronted with my own mortality for the first time yesterday, so I'm desperate for answers about the afterlife to ease my troubled mind. Now let's go mess with some ghosts. I hope my house is big enough for 6 ghost hunters at once. If this is everyone, we can go ahead and get started. It's through the back, follow me. Hey human, kick ghost ass, okay? All my stuff is in there. Oh, he used to have a cute little line about his special favorite cat tree. Why did they take that out? Looks like the sun is almost set. This is when stuff usually starts to kick off. I haven't been back inside for about a week, so I have no idea what to expect. Hey! You're not doing this without me. If there's a ghost, I want to see it with my own eyes. Sorry, Mr. Gutierrez. I tried to stop her, but she was really convincing. Oh, hi Zane. What's up? Yo. Rosalina, you're not supposed to be out of bed. I think that Willow trusts Oscar. Let Oscar handle this. You decide it's best to let Oscar handle this. I've done enough resting. And it's not like hobbling around in the library is any different than hobbling around our house. I miss being there. I miss feeling home. I think that in my other Willow playthrough where Rosalina had her leg, but her friends were gone, I think that I had Willow vouch for Rosalina coming to the ghost hunt because she's a big advocate for Rosalina doing what she feels is right and standing up for herself and all of that. Now that Rosalina's missing a leg, it feels weird to have Willow be like, yeah, let her come along. So we let Oscar handle it. Willow also was not going to be like, you go back to your room, young lady. She's not going to be like that. So she's going to turn to Oscar and let him handle it. You shouldn't be hobbling around at all. Just take it easy until you're more healed. I've got to learn to walk around eventually. Might as well start while I'm still on pain meds. And our house is 1 story. It's not like I'm climbing Everest. Oscar sighs. The answer is no, Rosa. You need to rest. As if. I can't get any rest in that crappy little back room. I want our house back. I'm coming with you. Crappy? Since when do you use language like that? And we have this taken care of. Nearly half the town is here to help. What are you gonna do, old man? You can't stop me. I'm injured, remember? Oh my goodness. She gets so sassy on pain meds. I'm not that old. You better turn around or I'll ground you. Dad, I'm pretty sure I'm as grounded as I can get. And I'm fine. This doesn't even hurt. I don't feel anything. That's because you're on painkillers, Rosa. It doesn't mean that. But Rosalina ignores him, grimacing, but confident as she hobbles forward on her crutches. Oscar says and does nothing to stop her. And I think this is ultimately what Willow would be supportive of Rosalina coming with them. I mean, Rosalina comes along anyway, no matter what you do, because her part of the ghost hunt is pretty important lore-wise, so she has to be there. But I think that Willow is ultimately in favor of Rosalina coming along, even with only 1 foot. She's just not gonna vocalize that. Okay. You all cross over the threshold and enter Oscar's living room. Family photos line the walls, and stacks of books sit comfortably on wooden furniture. Okay, looks pretty normal for now. I don't remember that picture being on the floor, but that could be non-supernatural. None of my equipment is picking up anything around the picture. But I'll set up a camera in case it falls again. Could be important evidence. You might want to save your cameras for Rosalina's room. That's where I've seen the ghost manifest. I wonder if the ghost will even show with this many people around. Wait, is it just me or does it suddenly feel colder? It sure does. I definitely feel that. Same. I've got chills. The temperature gun says it's actually a couple of degrees colder, but that's normal, right? Rooms and hallways are sometimes colder than other parts of the house. I never understood that line. Does she mean certain rooms and hallways? Because is every single part of a house not either a room or a hallway? She means like specific rooms and hallways, I think. By the way, I love those bookends. The cat bookends. Incredible. Whoa, a genuine cold spot. I gotta snap a pic for posterity. Zane takes that picture in every single run. I wonder if that's ever gonna be important. Is that it? This isn't very scary. Wait, Rosalina, if the ghost mostly manifests in your room, shouldn't you have seen it? I've only seen the stain. Dad made me switch rooms with him way before we moved out. I wasn't about to let my daughter sleep in a haunted bedroom. I spent most of my nights on the couch before we set up shop in the library. Even if there is something back there, I'm not scared of it. I'm mad at it. Y'all are so brave. I'd be terrified sleeping somewhere that might have a ghost. I'm scared. Let's just leave. We're wasting our time here. Oscar said the ghost is in Rosalina's room. Yeah, but we don't have to rush there. I'm sure we can deal with it from out here, right? Stella, I have a meaning to ask. Do you actually know how to get rid of ghosts? How exactly are we going to get rid of it if we find one? Well, my ghost hunting kit has symbols from every major religion, assorted holy books, a bunch of salt, and some jars. For ectoplasm. And if worse comes to worse, we could always use the Ouija board to politely ask it to leave. Aren't Ouija boards super cursed? Are you sure that wouldn't make it mad or invite a demon into our house or something? The house? Sounds like fun to me. We might as well try it, right? What's the worst that could happen? We make the ghost mad and it gives us more evidence? Sounds like a win-win. I think I'd rather not take the chance. One ghost is enough to deal with. I don't much like the thought of opening a door for something worse. Wow, you've never been the superstitious dad. This ghost really has you freaked out. Okay. Oscar takes a deep breath before continuing. Let's head to Rosalina's room. Follow me. That feeling again. Like the mines. Like the door to the clinic. A dusty, suffocating, dizzying feeling. Something is in this house, though whether it's a ghost or something worse, you weren't sure. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. No Gretchen here, unfortunately, to sniff. Weird. I'm not getting anything. It's not even cold. It's the same temperature as the living room. Nothing on the EMF either. And no Tabitha either, but we're fine with that. Then your equipment is wrong. The stain is definitely paranormal. I've scrubbed it out too many times to count, and it just keeps coming back. It's just a stain, Dad. Can't we cover it back up? I don't mind sleeping in here. Maybe we have to scrub it out first. Could be that the paranormal stuff will activate if we give it a reason to. Oh, good idea! If y'all are offering free carpet cleaning, be my guest. Have you tried tearing up the carpet? In a house owned by the government? Nope, I'm not messing with their carpets. I'd rather scrub ghost blood out of it every day than have the government take me to court for destroying their property. It could be a good idea. This could be a sign of structural damage, and I'm sure the government would rather know about it now than wind up with the bigger problem down the line, right? Plus, there might be something written under there. In blood! She's so unserious. Stella. Only one way to be sure. Stella excitedly starts tugging at the corner of the carpet. So unserious. Oh dear. Didn't you hear him? He's hesitant to do that because the house is owned by the government. She does not listen. You're doing the government a favor, really. We'll cover for you. You don't have to sweat it. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch, the floor around it stained in reddish brown. What if there isn't a ghost after all? What if somebody lives down there? Okay, maybe I don't want to sleep in here. Nope, nope, nope. Remain silent. Or we're going down there, right? You remain silent in the face of this new discovery. Whoa, a hidden hatch. This is even better than finding a message. But there's no basement in this house. At least we weren't told about a basement. And look, all the red stuff is coming from underneath. Oh yeah, this is super haunted, alright. You've got a basement chock full of ghosts, I can just feel it. Still no readings, though. None of the equipment has made a sound. Y'all know last month was super rainy. It's clearly been a long time since anyone stepped foot in the basement or crawl space or whatever it is under that hatch. There must be a leak that flooded the whole area under the house. The water dissolved the caulk around the edge and leaked through the carpet, and it's red because North Carolina has red-ass dirt. It's simple as that. It's not blood. It's not mud. It's blood. Human blood. I tested it. Maybe you tested it wrong? It can't be blood, right? Whatever it is, I need to know what's down there. I need to know what's been under my bed all these years. Yeah! There's an old hatch in the floor that someone tried to seal up. We're not leaving until we've explored every nook and cranny. Have you considered they may have tried sealing it up because it's unsafe? Uh-oh. Do you think the flooding could have made the house unstable? I'm all in on ghost hunting, but I don't know if I could crawl into another dangerous crevice. I'm going for it. Everyone brace. I need some tea before this segment. You come to in Oscar's living room. You can't tell what time it is, and your friends are nowhere in sight. The building feels colder, and there's something about the air that feels wrong. It's stale, with an undercurrent of mold and earth. You feel claustrophobic, as though you're in a coffin, each breath depleting what little oxygen is left. Hello? Is anybody here? There is no reply. Call somebody. Call Kanika. The phone rings. Eddie? You can hear something drop violently on the other end, then a dial tone. Call Stella? The phone rings. Eddie? It's the same voice you heard when you called Kanika, uttering the same phrase. You once again hear something drop violently on the other end, and then a dial tone. That's enough. You put your phone away. This clearly isn't getting you anywhere. Well, we last saw them in Rosalina's room, so that would make sense. Whatever just happened was weird, but your friends are probably still in Rosalina's room. You head further into the house. God, this is beautiful. Something isn't right. It feels like a late summer afternoon. The air is warm and wet, and the scent of flowers drifts on the breeze. Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Holy shit, Stella, you scared me. Did you say Eddie? No one's called me that in a long time. It's Edwardine now. I'm not a child anymore. Okay, we can play along. Not in a way that's accurate to what's actually going on, but I think that might be good. I think a big part of Willow's deal is masking with her street smart, so she knows how to play along to someone saying something weird. Alright, Edwardine, can you show me the way out? I wish I could say the same. You should have stayed gone, and you absolutely shouldn't have shown up here of all places. If you're caught, I don't think you understand what Father might do. Am I supposed to memorize lines or something? It doesn't matter what you say, but it's good to fall into a pattern here, I think. Oh my, I wouldn't want to cross Father. I shall be away at once. I can't. It's not that easy for me. My brothers were sent to Normandy, and now I'm the only Scarlet left besides Father. I have responsibilities, Charlie. Play along. I'm more important than your responsibilities. You should just get out of town while you still can. Whatever you came back for, it's not worth it. I'll get you out of here, Stella, I promise. Or just let's just beg. Let her go, please. She's gone, along with the shadow in the corner of the room. You're alone again in this strange garden. Follow her. You move to follow the narrow path through the foliage. As you step forward, a single door, standing solitary in the middle of the garden, appears before you. This door shouldn't lead anywhere, it's just a door, and the only thing behind it is more of the garden. You decide to walk past it. Wherever Stella went, it isn't through there. When you step forward, though, it's as if the room lurches away from you, or perhaps it's as if you yourself are standing still. Might as well enter. We can tell when it won't accept another option. You walk up to the door and open it. Bells ring as a cacophony rages outside. The door in front of you pulsates as figures unseen bang against it. The shaded figure from the garden sits in the corner, ever so slightly more defined. You can see his hands now. Junior, pack your things, quickly, hurry. Maybe we should run him out on a rail too, make an example of the whole family. Oh, it's going to be interesting reading the mob's words as Alexis, because the mob is so aggressive and Alexis is so timid. This will be an interesting challenge. Are there multiple ghosts? Okay, maybe this time you were scared. Jesus Christ, how many more times am I going to get jump scared? Please, he's only a child. We'll leave peacefully. Just give us a little time. They were only children too. My boy was in there. Why should I give Junior here all the time in the world to gather his little toys and fancy clothes? This here is one of my favorite sprites in the whole game. The one of Alexis's face kind of split open. It's so cool. Man, I'm glad that we rescued Alexis. Both because she's awesome and because we get to see her part in this. My boy didn't have that kind of luxury. We're not going to try and figure it out right now. You're talking about the collapse. I'm doing it. I'm packing. Please stop yelling. Don't listen to him, Charlie. Just keep packing. I just said that's what I was going to do. Looks like the others are on their way. Better hurry, boy, or you and your little dolls here might get burned up. And as for you, lady, what makes you think you're going to be keeping any of those valuables you're packing in that fine suitcase of yours? Maybe the Spectre is trying to tell you something about the collapse. Maybe what happened 100 years ago wasn't as clear-cut as people would have you think. Alright, Should we play along or speak as street smart? I mean, at this point, I don't think Willow believes that the Spectre is interactable. I think Willow's a little too scared of him, too, to try and converse with him. So I think she's just going to play along. Mommy, I'm scared. Make the bad man go away. I like that the play-along options started early on with Street Smart. Like, we always get these play-along options. But I guess with Street Smart, they become activated earlier. Like, you figure out what's going on and you fall into line a little faster. I like that for Willow because, you know, as someone with similar issues to Willow, I keep reiterating that acting has always been something that isn't nearly as scary as you might think it is because you're playing someone else. I love being up on stage. I love recording different character voices in these Let's Plays. Being someone else is less scary than being me. Trust me, boy, the coppers ain't coming here tonight. And what makes you think you can talk to an adult like that? Maybe they should have had you working in the mines too, instead of lazing around in this big house. Maybe you would have learned a thing or two about respecting your elders. Don't talk to my son like that. Don't talk to me like that, woman. I call the shots. Now get out, unless you want to go up in flames with all your precious jewels and expensive dresses. You're lucky I'm even letting you leave. Am I supposed to be you? I think we realize this. We realize all of this, but we're not going to vocalize it. I don't want to leave. This is my home. It's okay, Charlie. You can make new ones, even better than these. Friends or dolls. The puppets she's talking about here. It's good for him. You shouldn't be playing with dolls anyway. Now you're gonna have to earn your keep just like the rest of us, boy. No more big inheritance for you. Alexis and Rosalina are whisked away, leaving you behind in an empty room. I never noticed that cross on the ground. Interesting. I guess there are crosses all along the walls as well. But that's an interesting bit of imagery that doesn't really fit with everything else. As they depart, the front door stops pounding and opens into a beckoning white void. Before you have the chance to think, another door creaks open on what you thought was the ceiling. There you are. This is quite the maze, isn't it? And absolutely crawling with these miserable little parasites. Bottom feeders. Run. You bolt for the door. You're outside, and it's night. A false moon looming massive in the painted sky. Wayne is gone. The night feels thick and warm. The insects lively, their calls unnaturally tinny. Everything feels warped and wrong, like you're listening to a record fished from the bottom of a pond. Unless your eyes are playing tricks on you. The shadow in the corner keeps getting closer. You poor dear. I've been keeping track of you, skedaddling around town like a tomcat. You've fallen hard for Miss Edwardine, haven't you? I think with Kanika we're gonna be... We're closer to Kanika than we have been with anyone else, so I think that the spell might be broken a little bit here on us, and we'll actually say, like, Kanika, I'll get you out of here, I promise. There's no need to be embarrassed. Your secret is safe with me. You know, I never did approve of what the Scarlets did to your family, and what it did to the two of you youngins. Childhood sweethearts. Just think how lovely it would be if you could just be happy together. That's what you want, isn't it? This is really hitting weird because Willow likes Kanika and she's mocking her about... Well, she's mocking Charlie about his romantic interests. So Edwardine and Charlie, how old are you supposed to be? Maybe we'll just kind of listen. We're kind of knocked off balance by that part. You quietly let the figure continue. I'm sure by now you've realized the young lady doesn't plan on leaving with you, but it's not for lack of desire, as you well know. It's Enoch. Even if you dragged her over the town limits, his hold over her would make sure neither of you were ever happy again. Just think of what happened to your poor mother and father. Do you want that to be the two of you? Let's fall back into roleplay now. Why wouldn't I want to be like my parents? The powers at work here are stronger than even your love can withstand. You need to break the bonds holding her here. Then you can both go free. No more misfortune. Not for you, not for anyone else bold enough to step foot outside the holler. Sorry, there's something in my throat. I think it's something I ate this morning. It's Passover, so I'm only eating matzah instead of a nice bagel. And matzah is all crumbly, gets stuck in your throat. There we go. Kanika mimes handing you something, although her hand is empty. Everything you need to know is on that map. Something about this woman doesn't sit right. She must have some sort of ulterior motive. What's that about misfortune and stepping foot outside the holler? Is the town cursed? Thank you. I shall do as you say. That's where you'll find them. You need her there. And be careful. Good luck to the both of you. I hope you get your happiness. And then she's gone. I love that moment too, when the moon opens up like a window. It's trying to get rid of me. It'll have to try harder. Maybe we yell at him now. I see you finally let go of your fear. Good. Maybe we can be friends. That's not why I stopped. I want to yell at you. Why are you following me? Clearly you need protecting. I'm just looking out for you. What the hell is going on in this town? I'm sure you'll be able to piece it together soon enough. I'd rather you find out on your own first. That's the only way you can really know who to trust. And then I can finally tell you more. There is so much to discuss when that time comes. What are you? I'm a friend. Maybe he knows the way out. Do you know the way out? I will soon. But in the meantime, I have nothing to fear. I'm watching over you. Willow does not like or trust this. I don't need you following me. I can take care of myself. I haven't seen that to be the case. But now we're stuck with him. Great. You continue forward through the uncanny underbrush. Once again, you find yourself separated and alone. A long wooden corridor stands before you, littered with bottles and rails. A figure rises to attention, blocking your way. I'm afraid he doesn't have long. If there's anything you need to say to him, I'd say it now. As Zane is swept away, the room pulls itself to you and you find yourself looming over a deathbed. Oscar lies in the center, looking pitifully small. I'm sorry, boy. Sorry I let my troubles drive your mama away. And sorry those troubles mean I'm leaving you all alone now. This one looks really, really painful. So we're gonna say as much. Jesus, that looks excruciating. Damn it, Junior, how many times do I have to tell you? I tried to stop it from happening, but the damn snake Enoch went behind my back. Here we go with the whole Enoch thing again. You're right. I've been using that excuse for too many years. At a certain point, a man has to accept when he's dug his own grave. They may have run me out, but they didn't put the bottle in my hand. Still. They destroyed our legacy, boy. Both our names are cursed with that history. I'll be dead and gone soon, but I won't be able to rest. Not until our name is cleared. Not until you can pass on this name with pride. This is my only request, Charlie. Go back there. Tell people the truth. Try to find proof. I don't know what you'll have to do, but please. I know I ain't been the best father, but I'm no murderer. I don't know. Maybe you are a murderer. It seems to me like you killed yourself. Damn it, boy. I may not have till the morning. Promise me. Promise you'll go back and at the very least show that Enoch bastard what for. I promise. You watch as Oscar's body seizes and falls to the sheets, taking the rattling pile of bottles with him. Such theatrics. What a waste of time. Why force you to see any of this? People always think their own experiences are so important, but what does any of it matter? Yeah, I'm over this. Let's run. You bolt for the hole in the bed and dive in. You find yourself pressed uncomfortably against a trellis. A small castle sits off to one side of the wall, and the bars of a prison loom over both all of it and all of you. Climbing up the trellis again? How very Romeo and Juliet of you. No need to run off. I won't tell the old man. Though you've gotten sloppy. You should try to be more careful if you don't want him putting you in an early grave. Thanks for the pointer, strange and new friend. I'd like to see the old man try. No, not one of her brothers. I'm a prisoner. Another victim of the Scarlet's lies. Like you, Charles Shaw. Yeah, so this is a really interesting character that we only really get to learn about if Avery is in the ghost hunting party. If you have mystical, this is called the entity. So not only are they a prisoner of the Scarlets, it also seems like they're not entirely human. And a lot of theory crafting connects this character to Wayne. Is this what's in the Forbidden Wing? Holy shit, has my family been keeping people locked up? That's enough of a shock that it breaks us out of our playing along. A mere generation makes no difference. His blood runs in your veins, does it not? And now, it runs in hers. I forgot to give Avery their accent. Whoops. Yes, it seems your little tryst bore fruit. And oh, will you ever be in trouble when the old man finds out? Yeah, so Charlie got Edwardine pregnant. So Charlie and Eddie got together at some point after he came back. Wait, I'm going to be a daddy? You know you don't have to keep dangling there. Come inside, you'll be able to hear me through the door just fine. The world around you swirls, and you find yourself pulled to the other side of the wall. A door bound by countless locks and chains pulsates before you. What is this place? Is there really something like this in the estate? Does Tabitha know about it? That's not what I invited you in for. I couldn't escape even with your help. I merely wanted to offer a warning. Leave town now. I wish I could, or play along. I wish I could. We'll say it playing along, but we do wish we could. I wish I could. Can't take it with you. It's not possible. You can always stay and die, but if I were you, I would use my healthy legs and run as far away from Scarlet Hollow as possible. I hear the beaches are nice. Why don't you take a permanent vacation there? I wish I could. Ah, you've been talking to the witch then? How very interesting. Charlie, get away from the door. Don't listen to it. Eddie, what the hell is going on here? I wonder. My cat is saying hi. How does it know that? Interesting interpretation. Now this is getting us suspicious enough that we want someone lucid to talk about this with. Alright, spill it. Tell me everything you know about whatever just happened. Because he obviously knows, since he's like, I know the real answer. Your interpretation was interesting, but it's not right. A conversation was had. Information was shared. Wording is a little off, but memory tends to do that. Yeah, he's talking as if this person was him. I get the feeling we're nearly at the end of this little maze. Stay close. Or at the very least, he was observing this conversation when it happened. Wayne disappears into the dark corridor. You follow close behind. For the first time, you and Wayne enter a new room unseparated as the two of you finding yourselves huddled under a large table. Stella stares through you as indecipherable murmurs and shuffling feet echo from the ends of the table. They're so lovely. Are you sure I can keep one? You must have worked very hard on them. It's a gift. Take it. Just let the scene play out. There's no use trying to communicate, whether with the resident or your little friends. Don't judge me, Wayne. I'm gonna do what I want. I'll try to keep it away from my brother so he doesn't smash it, though I wish I could make it move like you can. And you can even do the voices. You know, you could probably make real money if you put on a show for people. You can't tell me what to do, Wayne. I'll talk as much as I want. Well, we're not actually going to say that, but we're going to do it. That's the plan, and maybe you can come with me and we can both avoid the horrible things that are going to happen in this town. Please, don't engage with it while I try to find another door. Oh, you're going to find it standing there? A traveling show? And you want me there too? Oh, we could go to towns along the beach? I've heard the Outer Banks are the most beautiful place in the world. I wish I could go back in time to whenever this was and tell them everything I know. As if it would do any good. Thank you, Charlie. I've always wanted to see the ocean. Everything crashes to a thunderous black before you or Wayne get another word. A single spotlight remains, illuminating a trapdoor in the center of a stage. You feel drawn to it. It opens. You feel a shove from behind and tumble through the hatch. It took some digging, but it's there. The map was right. That means there's hope, Eddie. Whatever it is the Enoch did, we can undo it. We can be happy together. Eddie? Wayne is gone once again. There's nothing here but you and the howling void. Do you repent? Do you repent for your crimes? Why should I? I'm not responsible for any of this. You must answer for the crimes committed by your Scarlet blood. Now, as Willow realizes what she's being asked to do, to repent for her scarlet blood, that really makes her angry. Because she wishes she wasn't a Scarlet. She wishes she was not a part of this family. So why should she be held responsible for the actions of these people she doesn't want anything to do with? Until you do, I cannot die. I want to die, please. I have been alone in the dark for so long. All I ask is for some of your years. To pay for the years that were taken from me. My life was stolen from me. I want some of yours. It's only fair. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. Ooh, I like how that line was shared between Oscar and Rosalina, the father and the child. Forfeit your years and I will finally leave. And what happens if I refuse? Then, I will stay. I will stay until I get what I'm owed. I don't understand. You will live a shorter life, and I will finally be satisfied. I will have justice. I will finally die. I will leave this house at last. I don't think Willow's even gonna negotiate this. This, as opposed to the last chapter, is a very easy answer for what Willow would do. She doesn't like her family and she doesn't want to be held accountable for the things they do. And she looks out for number one. Her own survival is the most important thing to her. And she does not want to live a shorter life. She feels bad about robbing the Gutierrezes of their house, of course. She's not a monster, but I don't know, everything, when it comes down to a question of what she would do, it's about her more than it is about them. This is bullshit. But the spirit ignores your protestations. The sentence has been handed down. Make your choice. A smell hits you. That now familiar, wet, unwell odor. What an annoying pest you are. You couldn't keep me out for long. Ooh, everyone's eyes are back to normal. It seems we've exhausted its power. Holding all these bodies hostage must have been quite taxing. Come along, Willow. It's desperate, but it has no power over you. There's no need to bow to the will of such a frayed and broken consciousness. Leave it to fester. What about my friends? What happens to them if I just leave? They've already left. They're not a factor in this. We're not even gonna think about it. No deal, man. No deal. We're not trusting Wayne in this. We're trusting ourselves. Screw the sins of the father crap. I don't owe this ghost a thing. Let's get out of here. You don't need my help. Close your eyes. Feel for the stairs. Close your eyes. You fumble in the darkness, reaching out your hands and grasping the air until your palm finds wood. It's the staircase. You can feel it under your hands. You begin your ascent. Good. You've made it out of the pit. His overpowering smell returns as you place a confident foot on the wooden floor of what you assume must be Rosalina's room. You open your eyes as you try to hold your breath. You feel a hand on your back. You shudder, knowing what it's attached to. Don't fall for it. Keep feeling your way forward. You continue. You feel the doorframe under your palm and then the sturdy walls of the hallway beyond. Wayne's palm continues to gently urge you forward. You stumble into the corridor between the annex and the library. The real world is swimming back into focus. Now, I don't remember this scene where Wayne guides you out. It might just have been a really long time since I played this ending. I keep thinking that things have been revised and changed, but we're past the first 2 chapters, so the update was mostly to the first 2 chapters, so I think I'm past anything new. This is not familiar to me, though. Wayne guiding you out and the images all superimposed onto each other. Good. The main doors are just ahead. You feel a shove as Wayne pushes you forward. You fall towards the entrance, your legs still unsure of the ground beneath you, and the doors fly open. Oh boy. Okay, so a lot of these chapters, big decisions, I feel like there are arguments to be made for both of them. This is one of the chapters where I feel like there is a correct answer, like a correct moral answer, and that is sacrificing your years to make sure that Oscar and Rosalina are not homeless. You know? That is what I feel the right moral answer is to do in that situation. Willow is not me, though. And in some of the worst ways, Willow is me. Because, you know, people don't always do what they know is the correct thing to do. Especially when there are barriers put up by their mind in the forms of disorders and anxiety. And yeah, I think there is definitely a part of Willow that feels she made the wrong choice and is going to regret it when Rosalina and Oscar don't like her as much. Thankfully, I don't think Rosalina will absolutely hate her, since we did rescue Alexis and Becca. If you both sacrifice the library and Alexis and Becca, then Rosalina absolutely despises you when Chapter 4 comes around. Now she at least still has a friend. But I still don't think her opinion of Willow is going to be incredible, and Willow will regret it somewhat when she realizes this, but yeah, that's in the moment, that is absolutely the choice that Willow would make, because she has that survival instinct where getting out of a situation unscathed is the most important thing. It's not that she doesn't care about other people, it's just that she gets tunnel vision in moments like that. Tunnel vision that's just me, protect myself. You're outside. It's real this time. A cool autumn breeze blows small piles of dried leaves across the steps of the library. You made the right choice. It would have been so easy to fall for its tricks. I'm proud that you didn't. Be seeing you. I don't care if you're proud of me, Wayne. That was for me. Ah! Sorry, my cat just jumped on my desk and made me right-click. He leaves before you can say anything in response. Thank God you made it out, Willow. I went to get Mom when I realized you hadn't left the library with the rest of us. I figured if anyone knew what to do, it'd be her. I see. Someone beat me to the punch. It sounds like you've had quite the evening. My bones weren't meant to bend like that. I'm gonna be hurting for a few days at least. Rosalina's pain meds aren't there. I hope Dr. Kelly is still awake. We'll need replacements right away, especially after everything that just happened. Yeah, I have not seen the combination of Rosalina missing a leg and not having access to her home. Ultimately, I think this might be one of the worst outcomes for Rosalina, even though she has a friend by her side. She's missing a foot, she's missing a leg, and I think things are only going to get worse for her from the end of Chapter 4 on. And we'll have to figure out where we're going to stay. Oh God, this was such a disaster. You and Rosalina could always stay with us, Mr. Gutierrez. That's a very kind offer, Alexis, but I'm afraid the stairs would be too much for Rosalina. And I wouldn't want to impose on your parents like that. It's a lot to ask. I can figure this out. How do we justify this? I made a huge mistake. Do we regret it? I think we start to regret it as soon as we realize that we made a girl with 1 foot homeless. I don't think we're gonna be like, do you think the ghost will let me back in for a do-over? Although that is definitely what we're thinking at this point. I'm sorry, I just don't think I could have handled the uncertainty of an early death hanging over me for the rest of my life. I hadn't even thought of that. It'd be hard to keep on living a normal life. And who knows what giving up years of your life to that ghost would have done to you. You made the right call, and I'm just happy you're okay. It's just a house, and we don't even own it. I'm not going to ask anyone to sacrifice years of their life for a rental. Even if we own the place, that ghost was asking for quite the down payment. Don't let your pride get in the way of a roof. Don't let your pride get in the way of a roof, Oscar. Are you sure you can't take up Alexis's offer? Oscar sighs. You're right, you're right. I'm gonna peace out, back-to-back encounters with my own mortality. I've got a lot to ponder. See you, Rosalina. See you, Alexis. Zane walks off down the road. To think that ghosts are actually real. Stella's gotta be over the moon right now. Actually, wait, where is Stella? Oh, she's just standing there. By herself. That isn't like her. Is she okay? I was wondering the same thing. We just saw a ghost and she's standing off by herself, which, like, fair. That'd be a normal reaction from anyone else who had just seen a ghost, but this is Stella we're talking about. We should go and talk to her. I'm going to go check in with her. I don't feel like Willow would yell across the room. We're outside. I don't think she would yell. You walk over to Stella. Oh, hey, Willow. There was another one of those carvings in there. Sorry, I can't talk right now. See you later. She hurries off down the road. Should we go after her? She didn't seem okay. Stella. I think she just needs some time to herself. Stella's never been the kind to share her burdens, and I doubt that'll change just because somebody goes chasing after her. If anything, it'd just make her clam up even more. She's a strong girl. She'll be okay. I'm honestly surprised that she and Zane are the only ones heading out right now. You've all been through something awful, and each of it, and every one of you needs rest. Especially you, Kanika. We don't want that cold of yours to get any worse. God, what a disaster this whole night has been. I had no idea it would turn out like this. I'm so sorry, everyone. Stop apologizing, Dad. We're the ones who don't have a house anymore. We don't even have the library. Were you all conscious the whole time? Everyone glances at each other. Yeah. It was awful. Kind of fun too, but mostly awful. I'm pretty sure we remember everything, at least up until that guy showed up and snapped us out of it. Wayne, he's been following Willow around. What did he say to you? We don't need to trouble Willow for any details. No one pay any mind to that man. He is just a drifter. He'll be gone soon enough. In the meantime, steer clear and he won't make trouble. I spent a lot of time with Wayne in there. Yeah, I noticed. We could smell him as soon as we snapped out of it. What happened? Did he hurt you? He crouched additionally under his boot. It was pretty scary. He gives me bad vibes. He seemed to know something about whoever Avery was playing. Really? That's super weird and super interesting. Why would he know anything about things that happened here over 80 years ago? Wasn't he a drifter? Mom? Like I said, let's not trouble Willow about him. Just stay away, all of you. You're being cagey, Sybil. Do any of you know who you're supposed to be? No idea. The word just came out. There was no context, nothing. But there was a weird feeling, like an overwhelming guilt. I was so angry. I was mostly just scared. I didn't feel any of those things. I don't know how to describe it. I felt powerful. I was just cold. What was it like being puppeted? They all glance away. It hurt. Why didn't I make the kids stay behind? I can't believe I let that happen to them. Dad, this might be the overwhelming pain and exhaustion talking, but shut up. I love you. None of this is your fault, okay? I had no idea what I was going to say until the words were already spilling out. It was like I had no control over myself. I remember each and everything I said. It's like it was burned into my memory. You poor souls. I can't begin to imagine what you've all been through. Last thing we say, let's mention the carving. There was another carving in there. I wonder if those things are tied to everything supernatural that's been happening. Yeah, I wonder. One is a coincidence, but two of them on back-to-back nights. And if you and Stella are right, and there's another one in the clinic. I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. You've been finding carvings around town and they've been giving you visions? This is news to me, too. I'm sure everyone here could stand around theorizing about this and that all night long. There'll be plenty of time for that tomorrow, Willow. I'd love to discuss these visions over tea. Last thing we say, I'm really sorry, Oscar. I'm really sorry, Rosalina. It's okay. Worse things have happened to people and the price was just too high. We'll find a way to pick things up. I know you did everything you could for us, Willow. It was probably smart not to trust that ghost anyways. Okay, she doesn't hate us. Not yet, at least. You won't have to do it alone, Oscar. You could help yourself to whatever you need from the store. Yeah, I'm sure Aunt Winnie and I can help out too. This is a good town full of good people, Willow. We won't let this ruin Oscar. I guess I should probably head back. We should probably get going too. It's starting to get chilly out and I don't want to keep Alexis's parents up too late. I'll be over later tonight with some bedding and hot tea, and I'll have Miles bring you groceries in the morning. Don't be a stranger and let us know if you need anything, okay? I believe it's time for me to get my daughter home as well. But, Kanika dear, you haven't been feeling well. You need to get some rest. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow, Willow? Yeah. I haven't forgotten what we talked about this morning. Cool. Neither have I. Kanika wearily treks back to the general store. I'll be back in a moment to walk you home, dear. I just need to put the tea on and give your cousin a quick call. Sybil leaves you and catches up to her daughter. My whole body hurts, Mom. What was that? I want a better answer than a ghost. You'll be all right. Let me get you some of that special tea. It's been working well, don't you think? I think ibuprofen would be better, but I gotta admit, the tea has been nice. I'll put the kettle on as soon as we get home. I guess it's just the two of us now. So you have no idea who you were? I could roughly place most of the others. None whatsoever, but I remember everything I said. And I remember that cold feeling. A prisoner of the Scarlets. I wonder what your family was up to back then. Remember that knocking at the end of episode 2? I think there's still a prisoner down there. There must be. Even if it's not the same one. I guess we can add it to the ever-growing pile of mysteries. What do you remember? As far as I know, all of it. I might start forgetting soon, but for now it's all fresh. The twisting wasn't the most pleasant, but even though I feel like I got tossed in a blender, it honestly made me feel so alive. So you don't regret coming along? I think Willow feels self-conscious about inviting them. Look, that was a horrible experience that will stick with me for the rest of my days, and we failed to get rid of the ghost. But failure has a way of bringing people together. And hey, I got genuinely possessed back there. How many people can say they were possessed by a ghost? I guess I'll see you around. Yeah, I should probably get going. I'm supposed to have a shift tomorrow morning. I might have to call in sick, but here's hoping a good night's sleep is enough to heal up. Avery heads off, leaving the square in front of the library empty. Sybil returns not long after Avery leaves. It's time to go back to the estate. The reappearance of Sybil means it's time for more tea. Yum. Your cousin wasn't exactly thrilled to hear about what happened tonight, but I think I blunted her anger as much as I could. Shall we? You once again find yourself on the long trek back up to the estate. The night feels cold, the crunch of leaves beneath your feet deafening in the quiet wilderness. Let's stop here for a bit. These old bones need a moment to rest. Sybil, what is Wayne? It's like I said, he's just a man. Who does she think you are? There's no way in hell that Wayne is just a man. I know that when you say this, she's like, language, young lady. Remember, Willow does not like Sybil. No, absolutely not. He's not just a fucking man. Why the hell do you think I'd buy that after tonight? The smile briefly fades from her face. Language, Willow. We don't use words like that around here. And to respond to your accusation, it's not exactly polite to share people's medical history. I may not have taken a Hippocratic oath, but I still respect the privacy of others. Why can't I just go home, like to my real home? You poor dear, this is your real home. It's hard to have the sensitivity to feel these things, but on some level it's called you back here. Nobody really leaves the holler, at least not forever. Call it a quirk of the town. You're kidding, right? Or, oh my god, you're right, aren't you? Oh my, you look absolutely horrified. I was just pulling your leg, dear. People leave town all the time. We just haven't been blessed with the most frequent public transportation. I think she's right, though. I've heard people like on the Discord refer to this as like the stickiness theory, that people really aren't allowed to leave Scarlet Hollow, at least not in this state, like this during this week. Like, think about Oscar and Rosalina. Rosalina should be in a hospital out of town right now. She should not be home. But what was it? There was like a bus crash. There was a bus crash that filled up the hospital. And now she can't be there. Like, that's a weird coincidence, right? She should have left, but she's here, and you know that things are... Even though me and Kanika made those plans to escape, you know we're not gonna leave. People can have the most intent plans on leaving, but they don't. Wayne didn't want to make a deal with that ghost. Keep needling her about Wayne. Of course he didn't. Some people will never understand the kind of sacrifice that was laid upon the table tonight. If you'd gone through with the deal, it would have been an affront to everything he is. That's enough rest for me. Let's carry on for a bit. You and Sybil walk deeper into the woods. You're getting closer to the estate. One last rest and we'll get you home. Are you a witch? She laughs, surprised by your question. I suppose some people might call you one, but I'm just an old woman who fancies herself a bit of a healer. Look, after tonight, I know that... No, we know that magic is real already. Are you lying to me? What a silly question. Would you believe me if I said anything but yes? There's ditchlings everywhere. Make some small talk about the state of the forest. There are, and I'm afraid that they would still be this numerous even if you had managed to exorcise the spirit you encountered tonight. Its presence was merely a symptom of the rot in this place, rather than its cause. People are unfortunately just going to have to get used to the sight of these things in the coming days. Alright, we don't want to theory craft with her. We don't like or trust her. Are you ready to get moving again? I am. The estate shouldn't be much farther. You and Sybil trek through the remainder of the woods and find yourselves on the outskirts of the estate. Willow, why don't you swing by the tea room tomorrow, say early afternoon? I'd love to chat for a little while. Come by any time. I'll be there all day. Good luck handling Tabitha. I tried to soften her up over the phone, but there's only so much softening you can do with someone that prickly. Bless her heart. Get a good night's rest, Willow. You've earned it. Sybil heads back through the woods, leaving you alone to face Tabitha. You open the door to the estate as quietly as you can, only to find your cousin anxiously pacing in the foyer. She's been waiting for you. I see you finally decided to drag your sorry ass back here. I don't even know what to say. I've told you so many times to stay out of trouble, to keep me posted about where you are, to come home in a timely manner. What's the point of saying it all again? Clearly you just don't care about how your actions affect me, and I don't know how to make you care. We're not even gonna lie about that. Look, a lot of scary stuff happened tonight. Just listen to me, okay? Now's really not the time. Oscar's house was haunted by the ghost of Charles Shaw Jr., who was murdered by Edwardine Scarlet. It wanted years of my life in exchange for leaving, but I wasn't about to give it what it wanted. Was there a gas leak in the library or something? Do you realize how ridiculous you sound right now? Why don't you ever believe me? Because this whole song and dance is getting real old, Willow. You go out and see something supernatural that I'm conveniently not around for, and then you come back crying about it as an excuse for abandoning me. Yeah, she has not been present for anything. Wayne followed me into Oscar's house. Do you think mentioning that awful man is supposed to garner sympathy from me or something? He's stalking me. I'm glad you see it that way. He's a creep, and if he tries to talk to you again, you should walk away. I keep finding these weird stone carvings and having visions around them. There was one in the mines last night, and another in Oscar's house. Visions? Have you been having seizures? God, please stop running off on your own to places I can't find you. If you have health problems, you really need to be careful. They've been telling me a lot about our family. I think we've done some terrible stuff, Tabitha. And all of it is probably in your imagination because they're hallucinations stemming from either gas or, I don't know, your own guilt and exhaustion. City folk love to self-flagellate. What if they're what's making all the supernatural stuff happen? I've yet to see any evidence of the supernatural. This feels like a distraction from me being mad at you. Leave it at that. You say nothing. Are we done then? Great. I'm going to bed. Your cousin walks off, leaving you alone. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half a week has passed since you first arrived in town, and a little over half a week remains until the bus comes to take you home. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. now commands the entirety of City Hall, a swirling void of wrath and despair that the people of this town will have to learn to ignore. Disaster looms its tallest yet over Scarlet Hollow. Now it's going to show us all the horrible things that are still happening. Ooh. I don't remember that distortion effect. It's really nice. Yeah, this is quite the departure from how our Wednesday turned out in my Booksmart playthrough, isn't it? Episode 4 awaits. If you'd like to save before continuing, please do so now. Will do. Alright, and we will start Chapter 4, or Episode 4, or whatever, next time. Until then, I have been Mars, and I'll be back with more Scarlet Hollow.